Judge Jeanine Pirro has been vocally against President Biden or the Democrats canceling any debt because you should just work hard like me and pay off your bills. Let's hear what she has to say, and then we'll respond to it.
For everybody in California, it's going to be a nuclear war. Baloney, there was no problem then. Now there's a real problem. And I think that the biggest thing of all of this is that people need to understand that they run and they say things, but in the end, you have to look at their history. He's a man who's been wrong on foreign policy his whole life. He's a man who virtually did nothing in the Senate except become a millionaire and pay off Hunter's bills. But we're not going there. But
we might later in the show.
Yeah. But let me just finally say this: this asinine, I want to pay off student debt, is an insult to the senior citizens, to the people who pay taxes, to people who decide, do I want to buy meat this week or pay for my medicine? That's hogwash. You got so many jobs. You got a great economy. Let them work and pay off their bills just the way all of us do. That's the end of it.
Greg, you pay your bills on time.
You know it. Some of this I pay early.
You're very, very prudent.
Yes.
Well, because you're rich and are able to.
Oh. Yeah, just
let's just pull this up really quick because, notice they didn't direct that praise to Judge Jeanine.
Yeah, I want to before I pull that up, just look at this question and look at the way Judge Jeanine doesn't say anything when this thing says, "Oh, you pay all your bills, don't you?"
You know it. Some of this I pay early.
You're very, very prudent.
Yes.
Judge Jeanine just looks down at her papers.
Yeah, we didn't have that up, but that's okay. She does look down at her papers because maybe she's looking at yeah, okay. Watching her look down. Yeah, let's go. Oh, okay. So, sorry, not our smoothest transition, but Judge Jeanine does not have that in common, potentially, with that of Gutfeld there. Judge Jeanine
At least
Pirro,
what Gutfeld is claiming, we should say.
Gutfeld! Judge Jeanine Pirro stiffs campaign vendors out of nearly $600,000. Judge Jeanine Pirro does not plan to repay nearly $600,000 in debts accrued during her ill-fated run for U.S. Senate, but her still active campaign committee told federal regulators this week. An attorney for Pirro, who now hosts a Fox News program popular with President Donald Trump, this is a few years ago, this article, told the FEC that the hundreds of thousands of dollars she still owes to a host of campaign vendors are not collectible due to a 6-year statute of limitations for the collection of contractual debts under New York state law. So
that's a nice law.
She didn't pay out her debts. She waited. Like a lot of kids, young people who are unable to pay off their student loans, they filibustered on it. A lot of people are hopeful that the Democratic president that has been elected will do something to help out in this regard. And yet she's claiming that young kids who, by the way, were not famous judges, don't have a television program that they're the host of on a major cable network.
Weren't you using it to run to the right of Hillary Clinton?
Yeah. So, and also that didn't work out that well for her. So it was both a debt-filled run and an ill-fated one as well.
Listen, if you graduated from college and do not have a spot on cable television, what are you doing with your life? I mean, really? Come on.
I know,
Who was working for Judge Jeanine Pirro's campaign? I mean, that's the real question. Like, I can only assume that she got people to work for her by promising to pay them a lot of money. So, this is a good lesson about trusting Republicans.
Well, that's why she's $600,000 in debt, right? Because she's got to, you've got to invest in the right kinds of people, aka any person who would want to work on her campaign.
She paid them in life experience. That's the most important sort of payment.
She probably has quite a few Republican simps, to be quite honest.
Oh God. What is their thing? Just getting yelled at?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean.
What have I done? I'm sorry for putting that in everybody's head.
Yes, you should apologize. Dr. Jackson Hinkleson, PhD.
Here, let me give you some. Let me give you some. Let me fix your palate and let you know about how much I love Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, check out the fan cam. I retweeted it the other day, aka Binder's account, or yesterday. Dr. Jackson Hinkleson, PhD, what a fantastic point by Brandon about front end versus back end means testing. Yes, very well said.
Yeah, that Brandon's a smart guy.
They want you to forget taxes exist, but I never do. When I get my paycheck, I go, oh.
I mean, yeah.
And that's why Brandon thinks we should abolish taxes.
I think we should have a flat tax.
Were you supportive of a Herman Cain's 999 plan, Brandon?
Herman Cain had this figured out. He lived beyond death. So frankly, I don't know how you can criticize him.
He is with us always.
Yeah, he persists.
Is he still tweeting? Let me check it out. Actually, I forgot all about him.
Pretty sure
That legit sounds like hell.
or something now.
You can't convince me that's not what hell is. Like after you die, you just are forced to live in Twitter.
Yeah,
like, that's like the
and show
embodiment of your own
crypto beyond
account.
the grave.
You go to get transferred to Crypto Island.
They stopped using his account to tweet in March of last year. Rest in peace, Herman Cain. Rest in peace at the Herman Cain Twitter account.
Who knows? It could always be revived.
Not after like tweeting out stuff like, "What does this have to do with COVID relief? Hashtag fiscal irresponsibility." That's crazy that they were doing.
That was funny. That was like the funniest part about the whole thing.
The best one was like when it tweeted like COVID-19 is not that big of a deal or something. Everyone just replied like, "But Herman, you died from it."
Talking shit from beyond the grave. Like I hope that I have the sort of like, moral righteousness to talk shit about whatever kills me after it happens.
Yeah, it's like the Steve Irwin account stayed on and just be like, yeah, stingrays, they're like weak.
They're
animals,
actually, yeah.
They're
Low energy.
Stinging doesn't do a thing.